Hello everyone, welcome to my weird and wonderful world, and I'm doing this ASMR video for you today to go through a card set that I bought in Kohl's bookstore when I was up in Montreal. Now, of course, me being an Alex Grey fan, even before I knew that Alex Grey was going to team up with Tool, especially for my favorite album of all time, which I do want to make another video where I specifically talk about Lateralus from Tool, because I have more to talk about on that for sure. But on this video, I want to talk about this card set. It comes in this beautiful little box. There is a defect on one of the cards that I will show when I get to it. I will show you. It was the way I bought it. When I opened it up, that tiny little defect was there. It's insignificant. I still love this set, but we'll get to this. Now, there is some nudity in here, but I have censored it, so when we get to it, you'll see what I mean, and I'll talk about that once we get to that. I'm going to open it up. And it comes in this little beautiful box, and I believe it was Alex Grey's wife who has done the inside artwork on that. She likes doing these cool patterns and stuff. So I want to take out these cards. There's how many cards in all? I think doesn't actually say how many cards there is offhand, but there is a few of them. Also comes with this cool framing thing that you can order to frame it. I'm not going to go through the poetry that's on the back of each card. As you can see, there's poetry on the back that represents each card. I might read it as I go along. I don't have a lot of time. I do have to get ready for work soon enough. But yeah, we have some cards here, and I'm going to go through them in order. This is the so it's a message from Alex Grey and Allison Grey, who did the inside box artwork. So, in a cosmic of billions of galaxies, in a galaxy of billions of stars, there is a planet with billions of people, the only one we know. With every breath we breathe is a miracle. Our hearts pump. We see, we feel, we taste, we hear, we touch our world. And sometimes we forget the pure wonder of our brief journey on Earth. My life is committed to making artwork that wakes people up to the miracle of life, the value of being human, and the transformative power of love. There are moments when we see behind the opaque curtain of life, when the infinite one shines through the skin of the beloved, and we recognize the game we are in, the journey we are on, the powerful beings that we are, and the truth that is worth living for. Let us build a new temple in accordance with this vision, where the intrafaith spirit of pure possibility can be embodied in transformative architecture. Vision becomes form. To build sacred space is the art of a community. Please join us in building the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. And this card is called Reflection. The reflection. He calls each card a reflection, and the name of this card would be Divination. Now, I'm not going to read all the backs of every card because it would be a super long video, but I want to get through. I will tell you what the reflection of the card is. This one is Material World, and the reflection is Foundation, which they go through the. And each one of and most of these, well, pretty much it's 84 times by 64 inch lead silhouette and leaden mirrors. Anyway, this is going through the periodical table of time and space and energy and matter, and each one will fit in that format of that shape of the body as we go along. Then we have the skeletal system, and the reflection would be impermanence, meaning we're not meant to last. We're not made to last. We're only here for a limited time to experience this world in this form, and to take that with us to whatever next realm, if you believe in the afterlife, that is. Which I'm still on the fence of that. I'm not sure. And this was oil on linen. And they're all pretty much the same size, the canvases that he did that. 84 times 46 inches. So they're pretty big. They're like, if you were to see these paintings, actual paintings in real life, they'd be pretty much life size. So we're gonna go to the nervous system. I'll try to give you a good view of these, so because it's pretty dark, but you can, if you're looking at it in person, you can see the feet, but with the video you kind of can't really see it with the lighting I have. But that is the nervous system, and the reflection would be intelligence. And this is the cardiovascular system, and the reflection would be passion, because it's all the innards and like we see the hearts and basically the guts, and yeah, cardiovascular system. This is the lymphic system, and the reflection is boundaries. And this is basically the one that represents a woman, and you see pretty much the cutaway of the inside of the body. I love these cards. I don't look at them nearly enough. Oops, sorry. And this one is called viscera, and the reflection is vulnerability, which we need to make ourselves more vulnerable to open ourselves up to other possibilities. I'll show you the back of that. So there's all these little poems on every single one of them. I don't want to read them all because again, it'd be too long of a video. I don't have that much time to do this. But I wanted to do at least a video for you today. And I'm talking in a more hushed tone because I want you to enjoy the ASMR aspects of this. And this is one called the muscle system. And the reflection would be courage. So that's what this one here represents. It's called courage. And so you see the fetus inside, well, the baby. Now, the next 6 I had, of course, because of YouTube and so many people being prudish and just, I think nudity should be celebrated, and we should not. I don't understand why we're so ashamed of our nudity. If I had the opportunity, I would be in a nudist colony. I would try to go one day to a nudist colony. It's not being exposing yourself for being dirty. It's actually in celebration of life and what we really are, that we wear these restrictive clothing sometimes, and I never really understood the shame that people attach to nudity. It's a little outrageous for my taste. So I had to. This one's called Caucasian Man, and the reflection is action. And this one, yeah. So as you see, I put some sticky notes over like the sticky part of the notes over the nudity, because you know how the YouTube algorithm reacts to stupid stuff like that. it's not shameful. I never believed it to be shameful. Nudity is celebrated. Well, in my world, that is. See, now you're not getting the true aspect of these pictures because I have to, you know, this is a Caucasian woman, because I have to censor these, and it's not where I want the channel to be. I don't like censorship in that way. I mean, I never understood, like, TV, especially in the 80s and 90s, how celebrated violence on television was, but any type of nudity was just frowned upon. So many, and it's mostly because of religious people that they're so prudish, and they tried to, yeah, they tried to bring down the whole. And this reflection, of course, is caring. The reflection of this card is called caring. And I understand, you know, and it's a shame. It's a shame that that YouTube doesn't allow that type of thing on here. But I have to respect it. And, yeah, that's how it goes. Then we have African man. And the reflection of this one is called creation. And it's apt. It's like, and it just celebrates also my love for all types of people, not just my type of who I am, of being a Caucasian white man, but I love everybody, regardless of your background, your race, or your skin color. It's all beautiful to me. And again, it should be celebrated for who you are and what you are. Why we attach shame to it, I don't know. I don't understand. And this, of course, is African woman. And the reflection, very aptly, of course, is respect. And some parts of it are kind of dark, so you don't actually get to see the detail like you should be. But yeah, it's an African woman. And then now we have the one that has a bit of a defect to it. As you see on the stomach right here, when I opened up the pack for the first time, part of the surface had been rubbed off, and yeah, so that is the only defect that I have on these cards. This one's called Asian Man, of course, and the reflection is Yang, aptly Yang. And then, of course, you can guess what the next one is the reflection is going to be called. This is Asian Woman, and of course, the reflection is Yin, as in Yin and Yang. And you can see you can see more details because it's not as dark as the black one was, as the black man or the black woman was. It's not the best light for this, but you get the idea. You see how cool these are. Now, the rest of these will switch gears a little bit and talking about the psychic energy system. And it's what I love this, because it's showing all the chakras. There's cool little symbol like wording there that I don't understand, but I love this. And the reflection, and this is what I truly believe that the human really is. Not this meat shell that we wear, but the real person inside is the reflection is called multi-dimensionality. Because, truth be told, we are multi-dimensional beings. We only exist in this small time period on this planet to experience all there is to experience, and to bring that energy with us to a higher realm or a higher plane. I truly feel that that's. I'm going to read this one actually because I think it's awesome. Energetic cornerstone of heightened awareness sifting into visionary perception. Subtle force pervading and emanating. From the incandescent X-ray psychology, chakras whirled with intonations of Sanskrit mantra, glowing, ascending vertically inside the central shaft, sprouting to a Kabbalistic tree surrounding the atom, Cadman, universal human, prana laced with chi. Acupuncture meridians and points operate as rivers of radiance, interfuse with consciousness, quivering oceans of light, penetrate all levels of being, evoking bioluminescent electromagnetic fields and resonance with a higher spiritual template. That's amazing. I think that's so dead on the money. And that's what we really are. That's how I truly feel of the human spirit. And that's why when your station is in a higher frequency of love and peace and acceptance, you resonate, you vibrate at a higher frequency that others will pick up if their frequency is tuned to that. But most people, as I've experienced, have a low, negative, very dense vibrational frequency of hate and selfishness and greed, which is just awful. And you need to turn your dial to a higher, better station than the low physical one that you are operating in. I know many people who have that, but I also know many people who have this higher frequency, and they're the ones I love more. I love all people, of course, but these are the ones that I can resonate with and relate to. Now, going to the next one. And this is called the spiritual energy system. And the reflection would be called purification. That's when you're resonating that higher frequency that's going out into the universe. It's awesome. The next one, and remember, they're all meant to go hand in hand with each other. This is the universal mind lattice. And the reflection is interconnectedness. And when we're sending out frequencies of higher energy, we're connecting with other beings of higher energy. And that is the lattice work for that higher energy to connect. We're meant to connect. Now, physical contact, embracing people, being hugged, being held, is so essential of connecting with that higher frequency. We're all so separated, much more than we was because of these screens in front of us, these little phones that when we're all phone faced. We're disconnecting. We're disconnecting with the universal mind and the multidimensional nature that we are meant to be. The more we separate each other, the worse the world will be. And that's why I'm not a big, although I know AI, artificial intelligence, can do some wonderful things, it really kind of, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, because I think that we're even going to disconnect even more from the human experience of the here and now. Here and now. Now, I want to give a quick understanding of something that I believe in, and if you don't believe in it, that's fine. But it's the here and now, being in the moment. That's when you are one with the universe. Any time that you are lost in thought, like thinking about the past or the future in any way, shape, or form, you are not here. Anytime that you're trapped in psychological time, you're not being yourself. You're not being one with everything. Psychological time is such a trap, and you should try to break out of that whenever and however possible. Be here. Be here now. Be in the present moment. Be the presence of being. That's what I try. I really try to strive for that in everything I do. Being present in the here and now. Now, I want to continue before it gets too late there, because I still have to upload this and everything. This is called void clear light, and the reflection is witness, and it represents the clear path between heaven and hell. And again, they go hand in hand with all those body shapes that you've seen before. The process of going from the skeletal to the vascular system onto each outside form of the different types of people, Caucasian, Asian, and black people. And all life needs to be celebrated, not just your kind, because that's narrow-minded thinking. And yeah, the reflection of this is called witness. And I'll read this back one here. Is the transcendental ground of being, is beyond all form, and is yet the source of all creation. Ultimate identity, the vast expanse, clear light dawns spine-like, up the axis mundi, heading towards the Kala Chakra emblem, symbol of the 84,000 teachings of Buddha, the wheel of time, and the transmutation of the elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, by the principles of sunyata and emptiness. And yeah, that's awesome. See, on the bottom of you, it's hard to see, but that's supposed to be water on the bottom. Water, this is air, wind, and head, like, yeah. So I hope you get an idea of what that is. And now a couple of different reflection. These last 5 cards, well, especially the next 4, represents is not necessarily celebrating one belief, but all belief systems. So whether you believe in God or Vishnu or any type of religion that you might think of. Because I'm not necessarily a religious person, I do have a sense of spirituality. Well, then this first one is called, and I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, so I'm not going to. So that is how it's spelled. You can see it right up above. That's the name of the picture. And the reflection is called compassion. It's compassion. So that is one state of our beliefs that you can believe in. And it's not necessarily wrong or bad in any way, shape, or form. Any worldview that we have about religion is acceptable as long as it's non-destructive and accepting of other possibilities. And this one, many people might identify with this a lot more, but I don't really identify with this image as much, but I still really love it and appreciate it. And this Christ. And the reflection of this is healing. And I still think it's a wonderful picture, and it's still keeping open other possibilities, even if you don't believe in that in particular. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a religious person. I'm not into the Bibles as much as most people are. But this is still really, I'm still open-minded to the possibility of it, and still want to celebrate other people's beliefs in that. And so yeah, that's what this is representing. I think this whole set of cards is so mind expanding and so beautiful, regardless of what your beliefs are. And this last one, well, second to last one here, is Sophia. Sophia. And the reflection of this is called wisdom. So try to get a good view of that. I'm sure you could probably find better images on the internet somewhere of these, but this is just me showing my cards like through this camera. So the quality, of course, is not highly as detailed as you can probably find it on the internet, but it's adequate for this video. So that's Sophia. Just getting this ready for later. Yeah. And here's the last one. It's called spiritual. It's the spiritual world. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that. It's just kind of a gray mist on the bottom there. It's not really too much. It's more about the symbol there of the sun and the kind of the pattern behind it. So that's that. And it's called, yeah, spiritual world. And the reflection that it's talking about is unity. Unity. Meaning that humanity should be uniting and getting together rather than being separate and separating. I don't believe that's the way we should be. And then there's one last picture here, and this, it's a picture from the studio of the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, and the reflection of this one is called Community. It's built by artists, a sanctuary bringing heaven and earth, a womb for the generation of the awakening human spirit, a conversation that plants a seed of liberation in the midstream of the viewer, source of self-reflectivity and inner reflectivity between resonant nodes of a community. The mission is to open the eyes of our heart and transfigure the world with compassion, jeweled in the universal mind lotus, refuge for tolerance, and encouragement of wild creative divinity, gift of love. Yeah, this is, the reflection is community, and this is an actual picture of the place, and you can see it's in between. The picture they took is in between the one of Christ and the one that I couldn't pronounce. It's in between Sophia, the one for Sophia, and Christ. So yeah, that's an actual picture of a sculpture and not a painting. So as you can, as you can see, these are actually life size. That's the floor on the bottom. This would be pretty much life size. It'd be the size of an actual human being. So that's my card set. This is what the inside of the box looks like. And so I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't make as much sound as I was hoping for an ASMR video, but I hope my voice was a little bit more soothing and not as loud and shrilly as it sometimes can be. I do realize it can be like that. So I am going to leave it here, and hope you really enjoyed this video. And you know, I don't like to ask this very often, and I don't want to ask this as often as I should. But if you can consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it. But I would love more for you just to please give a like to this video and comment below. Tell me what you think of my videos. Not just this one, but any of my videos you may want to watch. So I'm going to leave it here, and as always, please be safe, take care. I will see you on the flip side, and have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.